We're glad to know that you're still with us in Equa Television International. This is The Choice. And right now, sorting and counting has started already across 28 states. And then we'll do well later. We'll give you update of how this sorting and counting is going on across the state. And then we noticed that so far so good. There's calmness out there. There's no issue of violence, and then you know that already by 2:30 that is when counting should start, and then everywhere. I believe by now, they are just sorting and counting. So we'll give you that report. Our lines will be open, so just do well to tell us how the sorting and counting is going on in your own area. I have Joyce Jakada and Sade Elisha still in the studio.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Well done. So from the reports that are coming in so far when we went for break, just...
Well, I think first and foremost, I must give it to the resilience of Nigerians, despite intimidations that we saw cut across different states. We saw issue of destruction of electoral materials in Bayelsa. We saw intimidations in Lagos State, in Delta. Yes, different places. And then we saw how that even the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, coming out to address Nigerians, saying that Nigerians should decide, not the court. So it means from the process, let's allow the process to just be free and fair, transparent. That way, we're allowing Nigerians to decide. But if the process is filled with irregularities, at the end of the day, it is the court that will be deciding. So let Nigerians decide. And then the issue of intimidation, of course, you liken it to politicians that see positions or leadership as do or die affair, and he still warned against that even before the election. So I'm giving it to the resilience of Nigerians, because even amidst the intimidation, I saw a group of people saying we must vote, and they came out to vote. And I can liken it to the story of Jennifer, that during the presidential election, despite the fact that she was stabbed, she still came. While blood was still dripping on her body, she said, I must come out and participate in the process, and she did her bidding. We're not saying anybody should just risk his life, but you shouldn't just be at home and just say, because I'm angry, I'm discouraged. And I think it's the thing, because even the Bible says, don't allow the sun go down while you're still angry. And then he who knows what to do and did not do it is counted against him as sin. So you can't even stay at home and say, well, we are urging other people to go out and vote. No, it is not right. So it is important that we all come out and vote. So many interviews of candidates that have gone out to actually exercise their franchise. Earlier on, we talk about the gubernatorial candidate of APC, Labour Party, PDP in Lagos State, which I think one of the states where highly tensed and all of that, going out to vote. And one of them is saying that questions about congratulating is already coming in, and the gubernatorial candidate of the Labour Party say he's not congratulating anybody if the process is faulty. And if he's actually calling on INEC to do the needful, because there are already situation reports in some places where they have advantage, that Labour Party, and their INEC officials are telling the people to come out come to the highway, apart from their own that's outside of their polling units, come to another place, come and meet them, and it's more like exposing them to talks. And why would you tell me to come outside of my polling unit? We have polling units, so INEC should make provisions of this, bringing their officials to the polling unit instead of asking them to go. If anything happened to them outside of that place, who will be held accountable? So I think issues of that were raised as well. And the Bauchi State governor too, after casting his vote, he said, I will accept the outcome of the elections. Well, he said he's going to accept the outcome of the elections. On what grounds? I think this is a question that we need to also know. And then the issue of vote buying, we saw that even during the presidential election, EFCC were all over. Some people were nabbed with so many voters' card, issue of money, inducement, and all of that. So as it is, EFCC have intercepted bales of fabrics and Sokoto, and they make arrests and other states as well. And right now, as we speak, sorting and counting of votes has actually begun. We saw that of Ogun and other states as well is ongoing. Well, the issue of talks disrupting the process. I think it's something that even our callers have called to just bear witness to. So talks came with bottles in some places, with canes, and he threatened people to vote for APC. You can imagine that kind of it, coming with canes, with bottles, with knife, asking people to vote for your particular party. If not, like, imagine that level of intimidation. I think it's so uncalled for. And they're still on the governorship election and State House of Assembly. Police have arrested political talks in Ogun and Kano, and that is commendable. We're talking about that fact that beyond. People have been calling to give situation report. We expect that security agency act on it immediately. Thank God for the 19 ad hoc staff that earlier on were abducted. The rescue police immediately rescued them, even though the electoral material were not recovered. But, well, their lives actually protected. So we are glad that, again, another arrest of talks in Ogun and Kano were made. And I think that's commendable. But beyond arrest, we want to see interrogation at the end of the before the next election. People can be saying, oh, this person is an ex-convict of electoral violence or something. Next time, nobody will want to tour that same part again. But by the time we make arrests, and at the end of the day, these people are left to walk freely on the street. Next time, somebody will say, I will do it, nothing will happen. We've had people saying that nothing will happen. Take me to court. They brag about itself. And because they know the system will just let it be, and no wonder you hear people boast even in, when they do commit some kind of things that are supposed to be criminal in nature. And again, voters in Abia again are lamenting over intimidation. I think this is one of the cases that we continue to see cut across different states, issue of intimidation. The security needs to be up and about to avert this situation. We can't be intimidating people, because right now it's just looking like a strategy to just discourage turnout. And we're seeing this in like strategic locations, like where certain parties see that they don't have strength. They use talks to intimidate people so they won't come out. Then at the end of the day, it is their people that will come out and vote, or those that will come out, they will be forced to vote for a particular party. That is uncalled for. So I think the security should do the needful. Earlier, we talked about one person shot dead in Ogoja, that's Cross River State. And Jonathan also condemned the electoral violence, and he said election should be about the people and not just about some individuals. So much to say, but well, counting is going on, sorting is actually going on.
Of course, looking at the counting right now and the coalition, the people are just hoping that the result at the end of the day will actually reflect the wishes of the people, because it's one thing for me to actually exercise my franchise, it's one thing for actually the vote to be counted, but it's another thing for the result to actually reflect my wish. Is this what I wish for? But then it's just like people were having mixed feelings that it wasn't their candidate that they wished to actually win during the presidential election. But then we are hoping that for this there will be a different turnout or a different approach to all of this thing. So as the counting is still going on, Nigerians are waiting, hopeful, just wishing that at the end of the day that the winning will not just be about some few greedy emperors that feel that the Nigeria belongs to them or a state belongs to them, but it will be about what do the people want. Just like we make reference to intimidation, oppression coming from various polling units across the country, where we see that because they are not voting for a particular party, people are being intimidated. And earlier when I said I'm just looking forward to possibly maybe the chairman or even the governor of those particular political parties coming out to address all of this thing. Questions would be like, where are the security operative in these various polling where we are having talks, taking over, beating people that are not voting for a particular political party, and even to the point that some INEC officials are even scared of going to some particular unit and setting up at a particular polling. Like we had the case of Victoria Green City, Garden City, where the INEC officials did not go to where the polling unit were supposed to be. They were outside the gate and telling people to come. They say, except if the people promise them that their life is going to be protected. That is the only reason when they will come in. But it's expected that security operatives are not just supposed to protect the citizen, but also even the INEC officials that will be at that place. How safe are they going to be? Just like we were excited about the
But
19.
Stella, you raised an important question. Okay, the INEC officials are saying unless the people there promise them. Is it the responsibility of the electorate there? You get these people. That's not the only case. Again, they are saying, some of the INEC officials are saying, oh, we are not going inside. We are not going to your place because we were not paid during the presidential election, so we cannot, except if people are going to come out.
How
is it the electorate responsibility? Money is, before the election, money have been budgeted. So why would you be telling electorate or people, oh, we cannot come to your, except you promise us? Where are the security? What is the place of the security?
You see, that's the reason why we said, some people are really taking the electorate for granted, and that is why it is very important for us, the citizens, to stand our ground. Knowing your responsibility as Nigerian, knowing what is enshrined in the Constitution as your right, that help you to stand on your ground and make some certain decision and stand by it. Because, like you rightly said, how is it my concern as an electorate for you to tell me that you are not coming to my place simply because INEC didn't pay you? How is it my concern? After all, it's the taxpayers' money that they made the budget. Over 300 billion naira is being budgeted for everything, logistics and artwork stuff. Name it. Everything is being settled. And the INEC said it herself that everything they need has been provided. So they will do everything possible to make sure that this election hold and then is transparent, and then everything goes according to plan. But it's a different thing we are seeing. So for how long will Nigerians continue to be receiving such kind of excuses that is an insult to even our personality as Nigerians? Enough is enough.
Of course.
You see, because you can't tell me that I have a polling unit. Before you said you want to go and work for INEC as an hardcore staff, there are regulations. There are laid down principles that they said you are going to do this, you are going to do this. You know the assignment before you get engaged, and they said this is where you're going to carry out this assignment, and you say you are not going there. And you talk about security. Whose responsibility is for protecting the life of the staff of INEC? Everything is being taken charge of. Where are the policemen that they are telling us that over how many number they said
about
is being deployed?
I think 400.
Over 400. Over 400,000 security personnel, deployed to take care of even the citizen and even
the materials inclusive.
The citizen, the workers, and even the materials. That's why they target sensitive materials. And someone asked questions one time, and he said, "What is?" Okay, I think we have a call.
No, not here.
Oh, okay. And someone was asking. He said, "What is sensitive about the value? If truly we are going to be transparent, what will someone cut away with paper that he knows he's not going to use it?" It's because there's this attraction that you